Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
Yeah, Yo, get it twisted. This rap is mine, mother. Start of game. What you heard is what you hearing. What you hearing.
The first activity was a basketball dunk. In this activity, Chloe is performing a short sprint leading to a one-arm dunk and a mini hoop. This activity is high intensity for a short duration of about 2 seconds. During this activity, the quadriceps are concentric and the hamstring is eccentric. The shoulder is in flexion. The shoulder is flexed by the biceps, deltoid, latissimus dorsi, and pectoralis major muscle. The shoulder is also pulled into external rotation by the deltoid, infraspinatus, and teres minor muscles. The wrist is in flexion by the wrist flexor muscles. The implications for training for this activity are interval training, plyometrics, core stabilization, and strength training. The second activity is lacrosse pass and catch. In this activity, Chloe is stationary while passing and catching a lacrosse ball while using a lacrosse stick. When catching the ball, she moves with the motion of the ball while using primarily the upper extremity and core. When passing, she is stepping forward while throwing using the upper extremity and core as well. This activity is low intensity for a short duration of about 5 seconds overall. During the catch, the dominant arm has the biceps concentric and the triceps eccentric. The opposite arm is in elbow flexion by the brachialis, brachioradialis, and the biceps brachii. It is also in adduction. There is also a slight trunk extension. During the pass, the biceps are eccentric and the triceps are concentric. Throughout the catch and throw, the core is active. The implications for training for this activity are strengthening of the upper extremity and core. Cardiovascular endurance is also very important in the game of lacrosse. The third activity was a pool shot. In this activity, Chloe is sitting on the pool table. She then slides the stick to hit the ball with her arm. This activity is very low intensity and short duration. The triceps are concentric while the biceps are eccentric while she hits them. The implications for training for this activity include practicing her technique, strength training, and core stabilization.
The energy system used in the activities was the adenosine triphosphate phosphocreatine system. It is an anaerobic system and it works at the substrate level of metabolism. The ratio for its functioning is 1 mole of ATP per 1 mole of phosphocreatine. It works in the first 3 to 15 seconds of exercise. It is used to reassemble ATP and recycles ATP during exercise until it is used up. Phosphocreatine energy cannot be used for cellular work, but it can be used to reassemble ATP. Phosphocreatine's breakdown is catalyzed by creatine kinase, or CK. Creatine kinase controls the rate of ATP production through a negative feedback system. Exercise places an increased demand on the cardiovascular system to pump more oxygen to supply the working muscles to produce energy. The cardiovascular system functions during exercise by delivering oxygen to working muscles, deoxygenating the blood by returning it to the lungs, and transporting heat from the center of the skin. The heart rate works through an anticipatory response. An anticipatory response is an increased heart rate before exercise. This is caused by the release of epinephrine. It is mediated through the release of neurotransmitters such as epinephrine and norepinephrine, also known as adrenaline, which is released through the adrenal gland. The stroke volume is the amount of blood ejected per beat from the left ventricle and is measured in milliliters per beat. The stroke volume increases proportionally with exercise intensity. Cardiac output is the amount of blood pumped by the heart in 1 minute, measured in liters per minute. It is the product of stroke volume and heart rate. If either heart rate or stroke volume increase, or both heart rate and stroke volume increase, cardiac output increases as well. During maximal exercise, cardiac output increases significantly. This is a result of an increase in maximal stroke volume as maximal heart rate remains unchanged with training. Blood flow is increased to the working skeletal muscles by increasing blood supply to them. Blood pressure increases during exercise. The systolic or contraction of the heart increases with exercise.